Hey everybody, what's up? So today's video is going to be all about why and how I started intermittent fasting. I started on January 7th. Today is March 5th, so it's almost been 2 months. I do want to make a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not authorized to talk about this in any way really, other than the fact that I've just done a little bit of research. So I am paraphrasing what I've read. Obviously, I hope not to take it out of context, but if you do want to start intermittent fasting, I would suggest doing your own research and, finding what works best for you. I want to point out, I know my hair does not look good today. Whatever. So what intermittent fasting is, it's also called time-restricted feeding, is just eating all of your food within a certain period of time. They say not to go over eating 12 hours of your day, especially since most people sleep 8 hours a night. Most people either eat within an 8, 9, or 10-hour window. So when I started by eating just 12 to 10 o'clock at night because I was really struggling with night eating, so I knew that it would be hardest for me to stop eating at night. So I started doing 12 to 10 for about a week or two. Then I bumped it back to 12 to 9. And then finally I just bumped it back to 12 to 8. So in October I broke my foot. I had literally just gotten up off of my couch and stepped weird and cracked my ankle, broke my foot. And not that I think that was because I was overweight, but I do think that if I wasn't overweight, it maybe wouldn't have happened. I had a boot on for 6 weeks, but for 2 of those weeks I couldn't even work and I was just stuck at home and just focusing on how depressed I was, and I was in pain. I was just annoyed. I felt so bad about myself. So I had 2 weeks to just sit and sulk and think about my life and think about what I was doing, and it just kind of sucked. Before I broke my foot, I was binge eating all the time. I was eating out of control. I was eating late at night and getting terrible acid reflux every single night that felt like I was having a heart attack. I had high cholesterol. I was just not doing that well. I was 70 pounds overweight than what I should be for my height on my BMI, which I don't think is the most accurate, but pretty much 70 pounds overweight and just really not exercising, not doing anything, not really caring about myself. I was also going to Dunkin' Donuts every single day and getting a big iced coffee and a sandwich, which was pretty much 600 calories right off the bat in the morning before I did anything else. I used to love working out and eating healthy and taking care of myself, and my dad was a big part of that. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2012, which kind of led me to not take care of myself. And I promised myself, once I get this boot off, I'm gonna lose this weight, I'm gonna get in shape. So that's pretty much what I did. I got my boot off in the middle of December, and I was kind of just, thinking about how I was going to lose weight. And then I stumbled across an article about intermittent fasting. I had seen some things about intermittent fasting before, but I'd never really looked into it. I just assumed it was unhealthy because we're taught 3 meals a day is what you need, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and all these things. But once I looked into it, fasting just seemed way more natural. One thing that I never thought of was when we as people were cavemen, we were hunting and gathering. We weren't going to the grocery store and eating 3 meals a day, We were out finding food, and if you couldn't find food, you were hungry for a few days, That's how your body is made to run. I learned something really interesting too about just biology a little bit. When humans were hunters and gatherers, our hunger was a wave because it would remind you why you were out hunting. So, every once in a while you would get this hunger pang and you would think, oh, this is why I'm out hunting. I'm looking for food. I'm hungry. I did a decent amount of research after I read that article, and I just, really wanted to figure out what it was with intermittent fasting, why it was healthy, what the benefits were. And, I've tried a lot of things to lose weight over the past couple of years. In 2012, I gained about 60 pounds. And it just really rocked me, and I never got that weight off. So finally, I found something that seemed so natural and so easy, and I just wanted to look into it a little more. I found this Joe Rogan video from his podcast. It was basically just doctors all spliced together talking about the benefits and why they fast and everything. I think it was Dr. Peter Attia, an MMA fighter, George St. Pierre, I think, and Dr. Rhonda Patrick. And Dr. Rhonda Patrick actually has a podcast called Found My Fitness, which is amazing if you're really into biology and really going in depth with things. I would suggest that podcast for sure. So basically this was just a little short video. I think it was 25 minutes. I'll post it down below so you guys can watch it. And they were just basically talking about the benefits. Dr. Atia and Dr. Patrick both do intermittent fasting. I know Dr. Atia is like a longevity specialist, so he focuses on what helps humans live the longest. Some of the main benefits are it increases your insulin resistance. If you don't know anything about insulin resistance, I would suggest looking at another video. I'm not the best to explain it at all. There haven't been a ton of studies in humans about intermittent fasting, but some of the stuff that Dr. Patrick said that I was really interested in was that time restricted feeding has been linked to lowering hormones that are shown to increase cancer growth. It lowers your insulin levels. It balances your hormone levels. There's just a lot of great benefits that come from fasting that I think everybody can benefit from. Here's a quick rant about this water bottle. It will help you out if you're looking to lose weight or just become healthier and drink a lot of water. It's called the Hydrate Spark. It's awesome because it connects to Bluetooth on your phone, and there's just an app, and it keeps track of how much water you drink. It gives you a goal. It tells you where you should be within the day. So it'll tell you if you're behind on your water intake to reach your goal or if you're exceeding it. I got this for Christmas from my mom, and it is literally the best thing I've ever gotten. I think I've only missed my goal maybe 5 times since then, and most of them were when I just forgot my water bottle at work. It's awesome. I would recommend it to literally everybody. This is not sponsored. I wish it were. But if you get one, let me know, because you can have friends on the app and you can like race each other to drink your water basically. So basically I just wake up in the morning, I drink probably half my water bottle. I believe this is about 20 something ounces, so I drink about 10 to 20 ounces. I get ready for work, I go in for 10 o'clock, and then I basically just work until noontime. Pretty much at work every day I break my fast with 2 clementines, because I did learn that you're more insulin resistant in the morning, so your body can kind of take in a little more sugar. I'm definitely not giving up carbs. A lot of people do intermittent fasting with the keto diet. You will not catch me dead ever doing the keto diet. I'm not cutting into my life by dieting. I feel like diets like that where it's not sustainable, you're gonna go somewhere and you're not gonna be able to eat the things that you want to eat, and why are you gonna want to die not eating pizza ever again? If I had to live my life without pizza, I don't even want to think about it. I eat whatever I want to eat, and I have been losing weight just because I'm eating within this strict period of time. I pretty much eat healthy 5 or 6 days a week, and then the other day or two I kind of eat like shit. It can be pretty much anything, but I pick one meal a week that I want to have a bad meal. Sometimes it's obviously a little more than that. Like last night we got ice cream, and obviously I was gonna get ice cream. I'm not going to. I'm out here living my life. I don't care. I've lost 14 pounds already. Like, I know it's working, and I've been eating this way for those weeks, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. On the days that I work, I usually only eat about 1,000 calories a day or so. I'm trying to keep that caloric deficit. I know some people will think that's low, but my body has a lot of fat. She's good. She's working on herself. She's burning it off. It's fine. When I do get down closer to my healthy weight, I'll probably eat a little bit more, obviously, because I'll be maintaining and not trying to lose weight still. But for now, I feel fine. I'm losing weight. I'm still living. I'm drinking a ton of water. I'm still eating every day, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm just listening to my body, and pretty much when I'm hungry, I'll eat. When I'm not, I'm not. So it's very natural. It basically boils down to the fact that your body can't be healing itself and doing its processes if it's always digesting food. And once I started to think about it like that, it made it very clear to me why this works and why I was doing it. I want my body to be able to function at its peak. I want my organs to be doing their thing. I want my hormones to be functioning at a good level. And I don't believe that it's possible to do that if your body's always processing food. It's just basically like giving a car too much gas, if that were a thing. Like, you're just giving yourself too much fuel that you don't need, especially if you're eating a ton of heavy foods. Those aren't bad, they're good in moderation, but you need to moderate it, and you need to think that if you ate a huge meal yesterday, obviously you're not going to starve yourself today. And I hate saying starve yourself because it is just fasting. It's fine to fast. It's just that we've been, told for our whole lives that you need to keep eating. I never thought that I would be able to stop eating at night. That's why I started with the 12 to 10 period. But it honestly was only hard for maybe 2 days, and then it was completely easy. I never really had any issues with it, and I have no complaints so far. Literally right off the bat, I didn't get heartburn. I've gotten it every once in a while because sometimes I'll eat a little bit later if I start a little bit later and stuff, but other than that, I really haven't been getting any of that. You just kind of get into a rhythm by doing it, and I don't know, I've never really felt like this in tune with my body and my hunger and everything. There were times before I started doing this that I would just be eating and eating and eating, and I would be full, but I just wouldn't stop. And I find myself not doing that anymore, which is amazing because I never thought I would be able to break from that binge eating. When I started intermittent fasting, I gave up coffee completely right off the bat, and I never got a headache, which is the craziest thing to me because any other time that I've tried to give up coffee, about a day or two in, I get a throbbing headache that I can't get rid of. But I don't know what it was. So if anybody tries intermittent fasting after this and you also give up coffee, let me know if you don't get a headache, because I want to know if it was just me or if it's because of the fasting. I do want to get a donut when I lose 20 pounds because I haven't eaten a donut since 6th grade, and everybody keeps hyping donuts so much now, and I just want to know what is the hype. I might get one of those bougie ones from Providence even. Girl, I'll let you guys know if I do. I've always had this fear of if I eat a donut I'll get so fat, but I got fat and didn't eat donuts, so that's obviously not it. It's awesome because too, okay, you forgot your breakfast, whatever. Okay, you don't have time to eat dinner, whatever. As long as you're eating a little bit every day, you're fine. And there are a lot of people that even do alternate day intermittent fasting. So basically they'll eat the 8-hour period one day, and then the next day just don't eat at all. All you do is drink water. And then the next day you eat 8 hours again, and the next day you don't eat at all. So there are a lot of different ways to do it. The 16 hours fasting and 8 hours eating is pretty much the most popular, I think. But you can do 12 and 12. You can fast for 14 hours and eat for 10. You can kind of customize it however you want, and you can ease into it, which is amazing because you don't have to feel like you're changing your life too much. It's just literally changing the times that you're eating. So I'm gonna tell you my weight and my results, which I'm really nervous about, but everybody be nice. So the highest I've ever weighed, which I think was 2014 or 15, was 193 pounds. Weight is so relative, and I just want to put that out there now. Obviously, if I'm saying that I'm overweight and you weigh the same as me, you might not be overweight for your height. I am. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm really short. I'm basically a walking meatball. If I say anything bad about myself and my weight, don't take that to heart. I'm not trying to insult anyone. I just want to say that now. When I started intermittent fasting on January 7th, I weighed 178.8. And now I weigh 165. I've lost 13.8 pounds in about 2 months, which is amazing because I had gained all this weight in 2012, and I've struggled to lose any more than 5 or 10 pounds. At this weight that I'm at now, 165, I haven't weighed that since I think 2013. So I'm over the moon. The lowest I've ever weighed in my adult life is 133, I believe. So my goal is about 125 to 130. I don't even know if I can get that low because I just have a weird body. I'm not really worrying about the scale, to be completely honest. I know that the pounds are going to come off if I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm more focused on getting rid of my acid reflux, which has gotten a lot better, my high cholesterol, my binge eating. I'm just trying to get myself healthier, and losing weight is just kind of a great byproduct of that. Next week I am going to make a video posting pictures of my weight loss so far and stuff, because it'll officially be 2 months on intermittent fasting, but that'll be next week. This is just kind of why I started, what I like about it, what drew me into it, and you know, a little bit of the results that I've seen so far. So if you start intermittent fasting, please let me know. I'm so interested to hear people's results, especially the non-weight loss related things. I've noticed a huge decrease in that brain fog that you get in the middle of the day. If you don't suffer with this, I don't know if you'll know what I'm talking about, but just when you feel so bogged down and like you feel tired, especially while you're at work, just in the middle of the day when you're like, I need another Red Bull. But like I said, I've pretty much all but given up caffeine, and I've noticed a lot less of that. You know, I'm just able to work through the day and not really think about it. I don't know if that's because I've been drinking more water or if I gave up coffee or because of fasting. So I'm really interested to hear people's results. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. I did do a lot of research on this, but I obviously don't want to get really into depth if that's not what you're looking for. And I could point you in the right directions if you need other resources. I'm really looking forward to having some intermittent fasting buddies. I'm gonna go because my camera's dying, but I hope this was a good introduction to intermittent fasting and a little bit about my results. And like I said, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm a huge nerd about this subject now, and I love hearing people's results. If you have tried it, let me know, and I'll see you next time.